Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Rune Factory Frontier. I'm MS 500 is silent. In the last episode, we had another day, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I don't really remember what exactly was important we did. We went up to the island and saw Iris a little bit, which we haven't done much in a while. But other than that, debating over the fact of what to do next. Now, I'm going to take a look at my levels real quick here so I can see what my skills are. My forging is only 33, and my crafting is level 29. Those definitely should be leveled up some more, especially the forging. That's very important. I also need to try and cook some more. That is also very important as well, but not as important. What do I have that's giving me fire resistance and power? Oh, and the heart pendant. Yeah, that'll be helpful for the boss fight, especially if we can get one of a higher level. But a few things I want to go over, and we might actually not have to go for such a high weapon as, like, I don't know if I saw it, if I had it in my book here, which would be what is it in here? Yeah, the Icifier. I can't even actually do that technically. I have to get another foraging upgrade, which I may not be able to do. So that's kind of sad. I don't know what your minimum level needs to be able to attempt to forge something. Is it 20 levels under? Is it 10 levels under? I don't remember, to be honest. But there's another weapon we might be able to make that might help us out here. If I can find it. It's in hammers. The Ice Hammer. This uses a little bit of rune power. Gives us 10 water attack, though, which is really nice. And it has a pretty high attack power. So we could probably do this as another alternative. We don't fight with much else other than the sword, so using the hammer might be a good idea. We're definitely going to prioritize on the water staff, though, which I need to buy a water crystal. I believe I have iron that's hot at least level 3, right? Yeah, I have level 5 iron here, so we might go and do that today. But a few things I want to go over. We're going to go basically do another little round of Rooney 101 here. Because I actually did some research for once. Surprising there, huh? So I would actually take a few moments here to actually explain some things about the Rooney. So you guys are both better knowledged and I am as well. A few things I noticed, but actually let's go to the Rooney distribution thing and do this here, where the talk is more fitting. I know it's going to be a little weird to start off the episode in weird discussion and then start into the... Actually, I guess we can probably try and do it here. And I just won't be able to look right at in my notes. But it'll be okay. So, basically, when it comes to the Rooney distribution methods and everything like that, you can measure how strong an area is by the number of Roonies it has, obviously, but also by its color. And there's a few different colors that you can get. There is black, red, green, and gold. Those are the 4 colors you can get for an area, and that's from least to greatest. Also, I have been getting a lot of chopping done in my field, so be proud of me. Also, I'm gonna get rid of this right now because I'm gonna get onto that here in a minute. But black stands for dead, and that means that there is no active Roonies at all in the area that you were talking about. I actually need to turn this down a little bit because it's hard to focus, and you guys probably can hear it just fine because you guys are right next to the microphone, so you should be fine. But now dead is when you death or black is when you have no Roonies there, and that's also going to cause a negative effect everywhere. But red is when you have less than 5 of each type, which means if you have a minimum of 6 of each type in an area, you're going to be in normal, which is green, where you have no positives or negatives going on with your field. And that's kind of what we're mostly going to, for right now, try and aim to keep it at. Which is that isn't going to be the easiest thing right off for a while, but it's, it's important. You can have, as long as you have an even amount and more than 5 of each type, your Rooney area will be normal and it will be okay. And then we have prosperity or prosperous. This depends on your preference on how you want to say it. And that's where you have to have at least 35 of every single type every day to maintain that for prosperity, and the more you have, the better. For every prosperity you have, it speeds up the growth cycle of a crop by 1. It doesn't affect crop cycles that only have a 1-day transformation anyway, like turnips. But it's as an example there. But and apparently there's a glitch in the game where it actually, if you have full prosperity, it goes back to neutral. So you'd always kind of want to have at least 1 in normal. The max Rooney you could have in an area is 60, apparently. And there is a bit of a thing with the Runeys too. I can't find an official source, but whenever you have crops in your field, and possibly the dungeons, I'm not 100% sure on the dungeons, but at least the fields, if you have at least 1 section of crops or grass that is like 3x3, which is 9, they're plot 9, like these tomatoes here, and they're fully grown but you don't harvest them, they add Runeys every day. I believe grass Runeys, though. I don't think they add anything else. So it's a good thing for Runeys to keep your grass growing, which we're going to actually aim to do anyway. So, you know, there's that. So I'm going to actually try and make an effort to grow more grass just for the sake of Runeys. Another thing here, oh, and by the way, if you have an area that's in the red for prosperity, which is danger, then you're actually going to lose your growth cycle for your crop will be you know, it will take longer. Like, for example, like turnips could take up to 5 or 6 days, a lot more after you do that. So after that happens, as an example, turnips is like the easiest way to give an example. I'm gonna get a little bit more ready here. I'm gonna have to eat something else again, because actually wait, I have rune crystals. Like, I don't have to go up there and do that. I have to go and eat something. But I hope I'm explaining this okay. I mean, if you look up some things, if you go, like, for example, like the Rune Factory wiki, which is where I got most of my information, you can probably find most of this stuff in a better spoken format than what I'm telling you. But, you know, I feel like I should cover it, and what I'm gonna aim to try and do. Crap, there's no Eric right now. But that's one of the elements. Another thing is that for some reason here's a few other things to note about the Rooney growth cycle. The first 7 days of every month, the Roonies are tame and do not try and eat each other, as barbaric as it sounds. They like have a temporary truce for the first week of the month, and I believe every Rooney type in an area grows by 1 or 2. I don't know if it's every type or if it's just the area's specialty. Like, for example, the church's specialty is tree Roonies. So I think for every day for the first 7 days of the month, I believe you either get 1 or 2 added. I can't tell because, you know, the sources, they're varying sources and none of them are 100% official, so I can't actually tell. But it's one of those factors. I'm not sure which. And they don't eat each other for the first 7 days. Then they begin their normal cycle. But for some reason in the homestead, your Roonies do not ever deplete, apparently. They do not try and eat each other, they just stay there. And when you grow more crops to get more Roonies, they appear in the homestead. So I do not know if things like their Whale Island affects anything, because they produce rune crystals, so maybe only the farm itself produces these Roonies, but I cannot confirm because you know, there's some sources say they do, some sources say they don't. So if you want to just be on the cautious side, grow a bunch of crops in the dungeons, and that might help. I always thought a dungeon, its crops would affect the area that the dungeon connects to. Like, for example, Whale Island would affect the church district maybe, and possibly Lake Polly, while Green Ruins would affect, you know, over here by the river, like the beach road district is what it's called, I believe. So yeah, there's that. I definitely want to try and you know, and get my Roonies in a better situation. It'd be great if I could. But, let's see, what's up next on the Rooney topic for the day? By the way, it's actually Black Friday today, and I'm actually considering going out to Target and see if they got any, if they haven't already sold out of everything. I'm gonna go to Target and see if they have anything decent that's either $15 or 50% off for the 3DS. Some people say, oh, it's all these crappy games we already own. Well, I don't own most 3DS games. I only have a few. So, there you go. Speaking of which, I need to go buy my crystal. Another thing we need to do more of, guys, or at least I do, unless, if you're playing it all in the exact same way I do, then you guys need to do it too, but you know what I mean. I need to make more money, because we're running, we never have enough money for anything right now. That's because I don't prioritize what I should be doing. Like, most of the time because for the sake of keeping things interesting, I don't do my daily dungeon chores, like going in there to make money and things like that, which I really should be, but I'm not.
How do you fare? The summers here are very hot indeed. Hello.
Sorry. Anyway, let me continue on my little thing here. It's really easy, like, there's another thing, like, obviously, like, overpopulation of the water Roonies is one of the leading factors to Rooney populations dying out. Another is the grass population dying out, which is even harder to manage. I did find a little trick, what they call a grass farm, what people call, or a grass factory, what people like to call it, and that's where you take one district.
Welcome. Buy as many as you want. I won't stop you.
Okay, we'll get this then.
Thanks. Treat them nicely. Good luck out there.
Where basically you take a district and you fill it with, say, what do they call it, 45, I think, water Roonies, and 10 grass Roonies. That's what they call it. I mean, and that's what it calls for. It might be more. You might need 60. I don't know exactly. And then the next day, for some reason, I don't know if this works in a water area. It might work only in a grass area. I don't think it really makes a difference. The next day, your water population will severely plummet because nothing for them to eat. But then grass Roonies propagate on their own. There's something about it that makes the grass Roonies at least almost triple their numbers in settings like this. So I don't know why it works, but I really want to try it out sometime in the Let's Play at some point in the future. For right now, I think we're okay, but maybe once we need to do a little more managing, I think I might do that. I'm running out of energy quickly. And then I might try and just grow more crops in the dungeons. Possibly. I don't really know. We'll see. I definitely want to start growing some summer crops in our lava ruins, because I want to get my eternal summer field starting to get in order. Now that we have the silver hammer, I have access to all those fields under there. But and again, most of the stuff you should look up on your own if you're trying to play along, because I may not do a great job of explaining everything. But we're definitely going to try and make this Rooney stuff work. It is a bit of a chore, but that's just what you got to do to make things work long term in this game. I mean, if you're not going to farm and stuff like that, that's fine. You don't need it. But, you know, you have to be making your money somehow in this game to continue advancing. If you want to just, you know, live your life in this game, that could work too.
I see.
But then you be the blame for the town being in peril. Okay, so anyway, where's the fodder seed? Okay. 1, 2, 3. I think I need 5.
Anything else?
Yes, 1 second, please. I'll get some more of these over here.
Anything else?
Yes, give me a moment, please. Wait, center here, center.
Anything else?
Yes, just, you know, chill, Eric. Okay,
Come again.
Okay, well, I think for right now we're going to be okay. We don't really need fall seeds for anything right now. Speaking of, another thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try and leave crops in the field for a while when they're ready to harvest. Certain ones. Like, for example, I planted pumpkins a few episodes ago. Those obviously are going to be harvested, and then you're not going to be able to, plant any more pumpkins afterwards. So I probably would leave those pumpkins in the ground till the end of the month, and then I would harvest them at the end of that month. Which might be... Okay. Wish I could get an overhead view. I wish I could have actually reached that one. But, you know, as they say, well, water under the bridge and all that. Also, I'm gonna have to add a row right here. I'm also gonna have to go to the green. I bought turnip seeds for the green ruins so we can try and experiment this. I mean, and anyway, the worst case scenario, you're just gonna have more rune crystals you can use in the dungeon to heal yourself throughout the day. But if you know how to work the rune crystals, it almost makes food unnecessary. But food is essential in boss fights, and we're gonna have to work out some good foods that are gonna be good for our Lava Ruins boss fight that will be eventually coming up. We might not have to worry about making too many great weapons, but we also might have to, so...
I see.
I see, Eric gets it.
Anything to come again.
So, anyway, let's continue. I don't really know... Oh, wow, we're almost at, like, 2 p.m. in the day already. So, that's, like... I didn't realize how late in the day it already was. Oh, another thing to mention, and I'm pretty sure this is also a good thing, a true thing as well. Obviously, if it's true, it's a good thing. On the 20th of every month, every area that has this Rooney specialty, like, for example, the Beach Road districts, come on, Rim, speak. Grass Runeys, I believe that area will get granted 20 of those Runeys on that day. But this is a really difficult thing for me to have to work out. I don't know if having a grass factory will in fact make a negative thing happen. It could, in which case, if that's true, I need to be very careful in how I do this. And we may not do like a grass factory thing right away. So, we'll have to see. Do I have any more rune crystals here a little further in? I think I might. Get out of here, Cheddar. Or, Cheddar. I don't remember what their names are. We'll definitely have to... I used to have in my main file, have that whole field filled with turnips, so it was a great way to get health back. We're gonna get some stuff going on here. Get this ready. Get some more. Because why not? So we're just gonna try and do what we can. Because basically our priority now in the game is just gonna have to be to prepare and do a lot of, I guess, grinding is what you might call it, because I don't know how well equipped we are to take on the Lava Ruins boss. I think maybe after a little while, because we just finished the Lava Ruins, basically. So we don't need to just go right into the boss. I did that mistake with Chick Griffin, and, it just, went way too fast. Oh, I got a lot of turnip seeds, didn't I? I may not be able to plant all of these today. But we're gonna try to get some stuff done. So we're gonna focus for a little while as trying to get our fields in order, and as well as get some grinding up for some of our equipment. I might give it things a go after maybe get some slightly better armor, the water staff, and also the ice hammer. I may not hold out for the icifier because that may take too long. That will take a lot of grinding to get probably used to even attempt minimal. But if I could make it, I'd use it. I mean, regardless of what level it would end up being. So we're gonna have to go back to, you know, scavenging for things again, like always. Because we have not been doing this in a while, and while it is boring to watch, I will usually spare you if I can. It is completely essential. There's nothing you can do about it. We have to grind in some way or another, be it for stuff, for money. Because you can't really buy your way through this game either. It's just complicated. We're about ready to make some money. I'd like to have been able to been there when Rosetta picked our stuff up, but you know, water under the bridge now. So that'll do it for right now for the Green Ruins. I'll come back. I might do a little bit more, you know, with the watering. Is there any more notes I want to go over? I'm gonna look through my the notes here. Yeah, for example, here it says that each 3x3 square that has crops will add Rooney's. That means leaving unharvested crops, even in dungeons, as this little guide says, will help adding Rooney's. Fully grown crops don't need to be watered. Rooney's are added to the homestead, as far as you can tell, when and you can use them to repopulate the other areas. So this is gonna how we're gonna do it, I guess. Oh, and our bag is full, so we cannot put those away. Rosetta's probably, yeah, she's right here. Just take this, Rosetta.
Thank you.
Don't tell me that you like me. Goodness gracious, how heinous. I don't know. Let's see. Do I need to ship anything? I don't really need most of these gems. I also don't need to get rid of them either, so... Should we hang on to that one for a second? Okay, I can put away my hammer for now. The thing is, I need to be able to start doing this type of stuff on my own, and I kind of just want to give you guys an idea of what I'll probably be doing on my own if I start skipping things. I need to look and see if there's any upcoming events that I don't want to miss, because, you know, I need to check that kind of thing more often. Normally, if a festival's happening, you see it happening, but, you know, you gotta be sure. So I'm gonna try to make a huge effort to get lots of stuff going on in the field, getting the Roonies back up. You know, it'd be nice if we could get a lot of things prosperous. It's so hard to manage grass Roonies in this game.
Hi! Welcome! The bath is perfect. That will be 10 gold. Thank you. Enjoy!
Another thing here, I was looking here through my notes, is that for every day, that you, that passes, a Rooney will be added to an area every single day, one Rooney of every type, during the food chain days, but, grass will decrease by 2 every single day, you know, because the grass will disappear as the others populate more. So, we'll definitely have to try this grass Rooney factory thing at some point and see if we can populate some grasses. But we don't have to worry about this too much. That's probably for the die-hard Rooney people. But it's hard to say how essential this will be later on in the game. Another thing is that Rooney stuff is also random as well, and is not an exact science. It can also every day that a Rooney could be added, like say a grass Rooney. It will not be fixed. It's random. Like you can have one time, but if you reload the save, you could have 10. It's random, and if you want to devote that much time and effort to it, go ahead. I'm not going to. I'm just going to put in the minimal effort that I need to put in for this when it comes to Roonies. At least to an extent. I'm not going to just not try at all for these Roonies. But, so let me check real quick. Anything else I want to go over before the episode's over? Okay, here's one other tip I think in here that we'll use. That is not really relevant right now, but if we can get areas in prosperity, maintaining them can be both easy and hard because grass will always be decreasing every day by 2. And as long as it doesn't drop below 35 for any type of Rooney, you're okay. You'll still be in prosperity. But the best way to keep grasses up is to either have a grass factory running, because some people say that all areas in prosperity nullifies it all, and then it just is normal. So you might want to have one, like 5 of the 6 districts, or however many there are, in prosperity, and then just one as a grass factory, as we've explained. I mean, I'll do an episode probably if I do a grass factory, showing off how I'm gonna do it. But you could always do that to keep the other areas full of grasses, and then you can just also take them from the homestead, because the homestead does not deplete Runeys, so you have an everlasting amount of grass Runeys that appear apparently. So there's that. I think that's about all I'm gonna mention when it comes to the Runeys everything today, because we've been going on for a little while this episode, and I'm not gonna be doing the whole episode doing this. I think I got some onions. I'm gonna plant the onions. So we're gonna try and experiment with this stuff a little bit. That's what most of the grass is gonna be for, because I never need that much fodder. But it cannot hurt to try this stuff, And if it is as simple as just keep maintaining some crops on the homestead and stuff like that, you can do that, especially in spring when the turnips are cheap. I mean, and this is one of those games where crops don't die if you leave them too long. Some Harvest Moon and Rune Factory games, at least I think for Rune Factory, they'll spoil on the ground if you leave them too long. Well, no, it doesn't do it in Rune Factory because you need to get the Runeys. The rune stones in the dungeons. But, in most Harvest Moon games, or some Harvest Moon games, crops will spoil if you leave them in the ground too long, which does not make any sense. But it does happen. So it's something we're gonna want to have to, to work on. So I think I'll call an episode here. I've educated you guys a lot on more Rooney stuff that I've learned, and hopefully this will help you guys all as well. I mean, sometimes looking at a guide doesn't make much sense, but seeing it in action does. And I understand that completely, but sometimes, you gotta do what you gotta do. So what I'm probably gonna do for the rest of this episode, because I'm out of ways to replenish my rune points, is I'm gonna go to the bottom of the lava ruins, hopefully get some gold, because we have to grind up for some gold for stuff as well. I'll make our water rod. Well, actually, you know what? Let me get the gold on screen here, and then we're gonna try and make our water rod. And then that'll be it for the episode. I'll do the rest of the stuff off screen if there's much left to do anyway. And again, I'll also add anything that's worth seeing that you miss off screen at the end of the episodes. Like, if they actually happened, I normally do. But, it hardly ever happens. But, anyway. I might, as we're going down, because we have to go down level by level because we don't have the boss defeated. We have grass growing here, too. I think. Let's actually make sure this is going, and we'll water it. Move! Actually, it's not. So, yeah, because, there's no runes. Duh. This could be helpful if we had this watered. So let's get this watered real quick. The stuff I forget. I get so caught up in trying to advance, I forget the little things like this. And that's just because I like the later halves of the game. Like, after the lava ruins, I liked a lot of the stuff that happens. And spoilers, there's another dungeon after the lava ruins, if you didn't guess that yourselves. But, I really like the game after the lava ruins. It feels like it really picks up, in my opinion. We might also need to level up some more for our boss, but it really doesn't make much of a difference with stats. The only stat that really goes up is probably HP. We also might want to try and learn how to make some larger potions, because those little energy drinks do not give us enough boost. So just so you know, this here is where we're going to be doing nearly all of our growing in the lava ruins. This is going to be the crop area because it's the second floor, so it's right nearby. And it's right by the exit or the entrance to the second floor, so you don't have to worry about too many things here. All the crop space you could possibly need for all the crops is right here, and plus you have respawning jars here that usually have things like ketchup and juice in them. Not today though, but usually they do. So we'll probably get this field in order sometime soon, so we can just get some crops growing. More so for our financial benefit, but you know, this is where we're going to be doing it. Now you can do it wherever you want, but that's how I am going to do it, and that's how I do it as a creature of habit in this game, because that's the best place to do it. It's got a great amount of space. It's right next to the water, and it's right by one of the the elevators, if you want to call these stairs elevators, like the checkpoint floors or whatever you want to call them. They're like right next to it. I mean, look, everything around here normally is full of dungeon, and that's fine, but there's not a lot of places to grow things. And until we beat the boss, not even the bottom of the dungeon is going to be more convenient, because even though there's water there, the crop spaces aren't as plentiful. So the floor 2 is definitely your best bet for crops, right by the entrance. Actually, let me have a look. Is this place pretty big? You have, you know, like 4 3x3, so that's like 12 rows or something, and then there's a few over here. It's still not as much as I like, though, so we probably won't do that here. But we're gonna have to come back down here for gold. Oh wow. Anyway, well, we can't get all that scrap metal, but you know, scrap metal's not a big deal. So, I'm just giving you guys an overview of what's gonna happen. Personally, in Green Ruins, I'm sure there's better spots. I might go look around in Green Ruins myself, and try and scout out a good spot to grow crops like that, or like, you know, the bottom floor may be the best place, since we can warp there and there's a decent amount of space there to grow. But I don't know if there's any really good areas in Green Ruins. Like, the first floor has got some of the best stuff, so if it's not the first floor, probably the last floor. After that, it's mostly just dungeons scattered everywhere. So there's that. I don't know what we're gonna do with all this stuff. I won't sell that, because I need to use it to further my foraging stuff. Okay. There's nothing really much to sell. That's the problem. Because I want to hang on to everything. I'm gonna actually sell this because we don't need that probably for a while, and it's taking up space. Quality cloth, we'll keep a hold of that because we never know what we'll need that for. So let's go and make our water staff, and then I think I might actually end the episode with you guys because it's already late. I have no way to restore rune points at this point. And I might skip the next day. Well, actually, let's check the calendar first to see what's happening. We got nothing going on for quite a while, so I'll probably do the next episode or the next day by myself, and then I'll just meet you guys on a later day after, you know, I've done some stuff, you know? You won't miss much. I mean, I always record everything that happens off screen, so just in case something happened, you know, I'm not in the business to, you know, make you guys miss stuff. That would be terrible. That, it's a pain to show it to you other than, you know, recording it. So here we have the water rod. Let's see, we have our teardrop, our water crystal, and where is our iron? That is a good enough level. We want at least level 3. Level 4 should be okay. So let's get it done. A level 4 water rod, very nice. It, is it attack power or 45? I don't know if that's with the magic striking or if that's with whacking someone with the staff. I do not know. But you have a magic plus 60, which is a great, and a water attack of 10. Which is better. Well, we got a little more magic stat for this, but only attack power 9 or magic attack of 9. So, see, magic is a weird thing in the game I don't understand as well. So I'm going to show this to you. Hopefully I won't kill myself. One time so you can see how cool it looks. Essentially a laser of water. This will be essential for us in our boss fight with our Lava Ruins boss. So, I will end our episode here. Actually, I'm going to put something in the fridge real quick. This has been another probably long episode. We've had a lot of those lately, but it's easier. I mean, as long as you guys don't mind having long episodes, I don't mind giving them to you. So, as long as they're interesting. If you guys would prefer shorter episodes, like around 20 minutes or something, or 25, as opposed to like over 30 the past 3 episodes, let me know. But until then, I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys will join me in the next episode.